Hey, I just want to welcome you back to the woods again, Sacred Stone Productions. I'm going to show you something today. It's inspired by some guys called the Econo Challenge. They're Canadians. They have a thing that they call the hammock chair, the amazing hammock chair. Now they gave me the idea to make one of these because I didn't want to wait for the shipping from Canada. But you use a coffee bag, you put some holes in it and grab some sticks, make a tripod, and you got a chair. So we'll start out today by showing you the coffee bag first. So basically what I've got here, if you guys can see that, is there's a hole through here, and these holes were already in this coffee bag, and you can find these coffee bags on eBay, and they're really cheap. You could probably get about 5 of them for like 10 bucks. Anyway, you put some holes in the top there and runs a paracord through there. And what I've got here at the top, if I can get this untangled, is I've got myself a taut line hitch up here. And you'll see how that works. Pull it nice and tight this way, and you see it's not going anywhere. It'll slip and tighten, and so you can tighten down. A lot of people use a taut line hitch for their guy lines for their tents, but it works for this too. And then at the bottom here, I've cut some holes in the corners, and we'll talk about that in a minute. You guys will see how all this works in just 1 minute. The first thing you got to find is you need 4 sticks that are about the same height as you, maybe a little bit bigger, maybe a little bit smaller. We'll go take a look at that here in 1 second. So if I could turn the camera around, I'll take you with me right over here. You guys can see there are my 4 sticks that are about the same size as me. I gathered them up ahead of time just to make the video go a little quicker. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to take these 3 sticks right here and some paracord, and we're going to take these and we're going to go ahead and we're going to lash those together. So that's what we'll start with. Let me grab some paracord. You guys look at some logs. I'll be right back. So I'm back here to show you. Hopefully this is all getting in the camera. Hopefully I don't have to redo this video, and I hope the audio is good too, because I was having a little trouble with that. So hopefully I don't have to do any audio editing. I get this paracord untangled. I put it away in a certain way, and I don't remember how to get it apart. I don't know if I really need this much, but the rest can just hang off. You guys will get it. You'll get the gist of it here as soon as I get this untangled. You'll see. It's really cool. This is a cool chair. So like I said, we're going to start by lashing these together. And this lashing, you don't want this to be super tight, because they're going to tighten when we pick this we're making a tripod. So when we make the tripod, you'll see it'll tighten on itself. So you want to start by getting yourself around both these. So basically, you want to keep coming around, bringing your paracord through. I'm going to get this lashed up pretty tight, because this is going to be the framework for our seat. So you want to make sure it's taut, but some space in between, because when we pick this up, they're all going to kind of slide together. My lashing skills are not the greatest, and I'm kind of winging it here, but you'll get the gist of it here. If you don't know how to do lashings, you can always tie these together. Whatever kind of knot you can come up with that's going to kind of hold these pretty tight. I have a tendency to, when I'm doing these lashings, having too much cord, but that's okay too. Better to have too much than not enough. Wrap and prep. So I like to test these out, these tripods, when I make them. I lift this up here and we'll see if it holds pretty tight. And as you can see here, I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll adjust the camera here. As you can see, it's holding pretty tight. We got a pretty good tripod here. So I'm gonna wrap this around, the rest of this around here. I'm gonna wrap it in there, wrap it around there nice and tight, and then tie it off. Because it seems to be standing pretty steady. And I dropped my shemagh. So, put that over my shoulder again. And see, I'm not really doing anything except wrapping it around so it's nice and tight on there. Since I got a lot of paracord, I can make a mess of things. I don't really need to be exact. As long as this is nice and tight, we'll be good to go. And I'll wrap this around here. Tie it off with the same knot that we used before. I believe this thing is called a sheepshank. I have trouble remembering the names of these knots. You come around itself and then back around again and through, and that should hold it pretty tight up against there. Yeah, put a little stopper knot there. Bring that through, tie it off. You see that? I believe that's called a sheepshank. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, I'm going to take the tripod over there, so I'm going to put the camera over there and I'll bring the tripod to you for our chair. So here you guys go, and I'll bring the chair right over. So here's our tripod right here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the tripod, and I want to have that back log, I want to have that at an angle, a little bit at an angle, so that the front sits a little bit lower, like so. And I'll bring these up a little bit. I want to angle this so it's down. I want to push it down so that it's not slipping, so it's good. It's good, you know, that's gonna take some weight. I'm gonna put my coat on, I'm cold. And now we'll do part two. And part two is the coffee bag. I showed you how we're gonna attach that with the taut line hitch, and then that other log over there, that's going to come into play right away, real soon here. Hold on 1 second, we'll grab that and I'll be right back. So here's that other log, and that's going to sit down right here, and it's going to go through the bottom of the coffee bag. I'll grab the coffee bag and we'll do that. Do a little camera adjustment. Hopefully I'm getting a good angle here. There you go. All right, so set that down. So here's a coffee bag, and we're gonna drape this top piece of paracord over these three pieces. And then we're going to take that taut line hitch, and we're going to take that tag end, and we're going to pull that tight and bring that up. All the way up to the top here. Now we'll take that other stick, the one we were talking about for the bottom, and we're going to stick that right through this hole here. And sometimes you got to manipulate it when you got little knots hanging off your stick. You got to manipulate it a little bit. We're going to stick that right down through this hole, and it's going to come out the other corner of the bag, right there. And we're going to keep on going. Keep on going. And we got some monster knots there. I don't like that idea. So I'm going to take my knife and take that off. There's another one on that side. I don't like that one either. I'm gonna take that one off too. So we want to take this and push it through here the rest of the way so I can show you guys my fancy chair. It's caught on something in there. It's caught on a knot or something in there. I'm not sure what it's caught on. So we'll pull that back out. I don't know what it's getting caught on, guys. Anyway, that's pretty much the way it's supposed to look. So that when you sit down in this thing, you got a seat. Isn't that nice? How cool is that? I got myself a nice comfortable seat in the middle of the woods. And I can make whatever adjustments I need to make to this. Relaxing, finally relaxing. A little bit of work. Now it's time to relax. Okay, back on, got the camera on. Now I showed you guys the chair just a minute ago. And hopefully everything's working out for this part of the video. I ran out of battery power, so I had to stop for a second. Anyway, I got a fire going on here. It's a little fire. And I wanted to talk to you about why I call this channel Sacred Stone Productions. When I was growing up, I was in the Scouts, the Boy Scouts of America. And at our summer camp, we had to earn merit badges and different things like wilderness survival, first aid, swimming, search and rescue type stuff, all kinds of things. I took all kinds of merit badges at camp. I learned quite a bit, and that's kind of like the reason that I'm bringing some of this stuff to your attention. Fire making, making this chair, that's kind of stuff like you got to be willing to go out and you know, take your time and be adventurous. And that's kind of what Scouts taught me, is that yeah, you can make it, you can be fine, you can make it in the woods. You can be comfortable in the woods. It doesn't have to be like, I mean, I knew a lot of kids that they were afraid, you know. Oh no, camping in the woods in the middle of the night, they had never done it before. But you're going to get that confidence the more you go out and do it. And I also made great friends in scouting. I think scouting is a great thing. But anyway, on to what I was talking about, Sacred Stone Productions. Every year at summer camp, when I was in scouting, we got an award at the end of the week if we earned a merit badge, and that was a stone. A piece of pipestone, like Native American pipestone, the stone that they used to make their peace pipes out of. And I won't go into a big explanation, but there are 5. If you can see, there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's the 5 years that I was at camp. And since that meant so much to me, that's why I named the channel Sacred Stone Productions. That's the explanation. That's why it's called Sacred Stone Productions. What I want to do though is I hope I teach you guys some things. I hope you get out and go and enjoy the woods, even if it's just for the day or camping overnight. And be creative and don't be afraid to get out there. The woods are a wonderful place to be. Fire or not, they're a wonderful place to be. I love being in the woods. I feel at peace in the woods. I'm away from all these things in society, like, what TV show are you watching? Where are you going next? Are you going? What movie are you watching? You know, this and that and the other thing always needs done. But out in the woods, you don't have to do anything. You can make a fire if you want. You can make a seat if you want. You can just go for a hike. You can keep watch animals, see what the animals are doing. There's all kinds of things you can do in the woods. So get out there. Go and do something fun in the woods. Go on an adventure. Okay. Talk to you later.